Welcome to the 2-week self-empowerment series. It's day 12, and today I'm going to talk about what is self-care. Now, it seems on the surface self-care is making sure we get enough sleep at night, making sure we eat well enough, and tending to all of our needs, and that is definitely self-care. But going a little bit deeper, I think self-care is a lot about internal and external actions of self-love and self-respect. My name is Arnie Peterson from Awareness and Health. I'm a hypnotherapist and energy healer and a mindfulness spiritual teacher. And I like helping people with things like this. I think the more we give to ourselves, the more we can give to others and to the world. And I think self-love and self-respect, they end up creating self-acceptance. And that's really the ability to accept ourselves, where we have the ability to listen to ourselves and listen to our own self-needs. And self-acceptance, with that, it requires practice. I think an awareness practice. How can we be aware of what we need if we are not able to be aware of what we're feeling on the inside? Because our feelings and our emotions are really connected to what we need. And so we have to be out of our head and into our body, grounded into our inner body felt sensations. And an awareness practice, it equals confidence that we can be with what we feel. When we can be with what we feel, accepting and allowing what we feel internally, we can then be with life better. And then we're able to really listen to our own self-needs so much better, listening to our intuition, listening to our heart. And a lot of times our body can really get run down on energy. We push ourselves and don't listen, and we do things without listening to our body. And slowly over time, it starts to drain us and weigh us down, and we get out of balance and we don't even really know it. And we start living in a really highly sort of stressed state, and that becomes normal. And so if we do our awareness practice and we take the time and we practice just sitting, listening to ourselves, meditating on our inner body sensations, taking the time to just be with ourselves, we start to connect with our own inner instruction manual. And we start then accepting ourselves. And then we accept life more. And what we do is we're sending the message to our subconscious mind that life is safe. And then when we send that message that life is safe, because we're allowing and we're accepting, we're working within the flow and practice of harmony in life, then what happens is that stress state, fight or flight, turns off, and homeostasis turns back on, and we start to feel more relaxed and a more state of ease. And that's where we have more energy and our creative faculties start opening up and expanding. And so then we can give to ourselves what perhaps we didn't get when we were younger that we needed. Some of the core things when we were younger, some maybe we didn't get enough attention, affection, appreciation, acknowledgement, acceptance, and things like that, that led us to perhaps become stressed in life and maybe take on beliefs of not feeling good about ourselves in some ways. So then with this awareness practice, this self-attention, appreciation, acknowledgement, acceptance, we're giving to ourselves unconditional love, acceptance, and all of these things, and we're practicing self-care on a very deep level. Then we start listening and knowing on a daily basis when we should go to sleep, when we should get enough rest, when we should say no to somebody because we know we need to spend time with ourselves and we just don't have the energy. Now, when we really need to balance our life and spend time with somebody, maybe we need to work more, or maybe we need to work less, and just figuring out that balance and figuring out different levels of self-care, how we can give to ourselves our needs. And when we do that, we start then feeling better, and our body starts supporting us with more energy to do things. I want to put a little challenge out there just to contemplate. What can you do today as acts of self-love, self-respect, self-appreciation? What can you do today to give back to yourself? And I think the practice of this, giving back to ourselves, helps us to create the foundation of self-care enough that when we build that up enough, we're able to then give to others, give of ourselves. Rather than giving ourselves away, giving what we don't have, we're able to then give of ourselves, of a healthy self, a whole self. And that is a much better, healthier way. And so on September 10th, I want to talk about a free presentation that I'm doing. It's on the Freedom Through Mindfulness program. It's an hour and a half long. I'm going to be talking about that presentation, and really able to use mindfulness, learning really helpful tools to be able to navigate through life to create emotional competence. And so I invite you to that. And down below there's a link to my website where you can watch the rest of all these videos. And below all these videos on my website is the information to that free presentation on September 10th. And so tomorrow's episode, it's on how to emotionally deal with problems and to navigate through them. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day.